Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back again. Who is up for an experiment? I have an idea of something I want to try, and I just decided to bring you along with me. I want to make some faux metal embellishments. So my idea is I've got a piece of cardstock here, kind of a heavy cardstock, not too thin. I'm reusing something. And I have this metal tape. I believe it's, it is HVAC tape like people use for air conditioner units or whatever. And really it's nothing but aluminum foil. It might be a little bit thicker than regular aluminum foil. I don't know, but it's pretty sticky. So I'm going to apply my tape, my metal tape, if I can, without sticking it to everything but what it's supposed to be. Woo, okay. All right. I'm going to stick that foil tape right down here onto my cardstock. And I'm not worried at all about wrinkles like that. As a matter of fact, I would do that purposely if I could. Now I'm going to use the strip that I just cut to measure another strip. And by the time we get through, it's going to have a pattern anyway. So, well, I did it twice. Y'all saw that, didn't you? Okay. I'm going to stick this one right next to that, almost overlapping. Now, remember, this is metal tape, so it has sharp edges, so it could cut you. So please be very, very careful. Now, I've got some die cuts. This is just some that I chose just for fun. So I am going over to my die cut machine and I'm going to cut this out. But before I do that, I'm going to put tape on the back side too. Okay, so I'm putting foil on the back side and I'm doing it right. So what I should have done to begin with, instead of pulling that whole thing off, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I overlap just a hair. And then I can pull the rest of the sticky off and it won't stick to itself. Okay, so I've got a piece of cardstock. It has silver foil attached, adhered to both sides. Now I'm going to my die cut machine. Okay, now I'm back. I'm sorry for the glare. I'm trying to fix that light where it won't be quite so overpowering. And for my metal tape, just to kind of keep it closed, I just put a rubber band around it like that. It's pretty heavy too. Okay, so I went to the die cut machine and I ran it through 4 times because of the thickness. You might not have to do it 4 times, but I did just in case because I hate it when something doesn't come out all the way. Now, as you can see, I could cut some more here if I wanted to. But for right now, we're going to keep going. Okay, so what we have here are pieces that have metal tape on both sides, and it is already stuck because of the stickiness of that. Now I'm going to take it back to my die cut machine, but this time I'm going to emboss it. And you can see some of these have some design to it already, like that one. That one already has a cute little design. I think I won't emboss that one. This one I will. This one has a little stitching around the edges, but I still want to play with that and see what else I can do. Same thing there. That one, I think I'll just leave that one and I will emboss all of these. Okay, be right back. Now, if you're not familiar with a die cut or an embossing machine, what I've got is a Big Shot Plus, but it's a big machine, and I wished I had a small one this size, but I did buy plates this size. So all you do, I chose an embossing folder, and you put it between your plates, and you run it through, and it does all the work for you. So this is the folder I chose, and the reason is it's got a lot of detail, a lot of little bitty cracks and crevices, and see, that's exactly what I wanted. All right, let's see if I can get these off of here. If you see my dirty fingernails, I was picking mulberries yesterday. So that is not dirt. It is purple stain under my fingernails. A friend of mine has a mulberry tree, and I was picking them and eating them, and they were so good. Okay, so here's my thought, and let's pull this guy back in here. I want to experiment with some alcohol ink. I haven't had a lot of success with alcohol ink that I'm happy with, and I'm looking for something. I think it does good on metal, so I'm looking for something that's going to make me happy. This is caramel, this is ginger, and this is latte. So I'm kind of going for that faux metal look, so I might even add some mushroom to it. Now these are just some alcohol inks that I've purchased. So, and if I want to, I have a little bottle of alcohol right here. So if I feel like it's not running good enough, well, we'll do it both ways. I'll show you both ways. All right. So let's start with a big piece. Let's start with that one. All right. So this is ginger. Ginger and caramel and, well, I was going to say those three came in a set, but I may be wrong. I don't want to tell you wrong. So alcohol ink will stain metal pieces when you can't just paint metal pieces, strangely enough. And the good thing is, since I've embossed it, now it's running down into the little crevices and such. All right. And I wish my surface was a little bit flatter than it is. Okay. Now I'm going to add some caramel. Let's see what happens. Who knows? Well, I'm just playing. We're just having fun here. I'm going to add some latte. Bada boom, bada bang. Just splash it around here and there. And yes, I think I will add some shroom. Let's put a little mushroom because this is really dark. It'll give us some great darks in there. Okay, now I could let that dry. I could wipe it off. I could leave it as is. Right now, I think I'm just gonna, now see, this is how you get ink all over you. I'm just gonna push it aside, and we're gonna do another one. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. See what it does. All right, I'm gonna start with a dark, and I'm gonna be a little more generous this time. So there's the dark color. Here's another color. This one was latte, and I really want this in there, that ginger. It has that reddish orangish look to it. I love that color. Now, let's just see. Now, look what's happening over here. As it's drying, the colors are getting lighter and lighter on there. This one, I'm just going to leave it alone. And now I'm going to take my alcohol, and I'm going to spray that first one. I'm just going to see what happens. And we're just going to leave it there and let it happen. Now, while that happens, let me make sure I'm still in frame. While that does whatever it's going to do, I'm going to do this one. And this time, I'm going to spray it first. Then I'm going to drop the alcohol and watch it run. Because now it's wet with alcohol. Let's take some of this guy. And there really may not be much of a difference in any of these. I don't know. Like I said, it's an experiment. I thought you might enjoy learning with me. You may know a better way to do this. And if you do, please let me know. I just want a faux metal look. That's what I'm going for. All right, now this is the guy, this little person, this little piece. I think I'm going to spray him first. This is the one I did not emboss, okay? I just want to see what happens if all of that runs down into those little creases, which it should. Ah, look at there. You could tell my surface is not, what am I looking for? Level, thank you. It's not level. That's okay. I put some caramel in there. Ah, there's a nice effect. Look what happened there. How cool is that? Okay, so let's try a big piece here. Here's a big piece. It's not going to be real level either because I've got so much stuff up underneath me here, but that's okay. Let's just see what happens. Let's put a little bit of this on there. Let's put a little bit of this. Let's put it right in the middle, see if it does anything. No, it did not. How dare you not do anything? Okay, let's try this. You don't want to move? I say move, move. Look at it, look at it. Okay, so that's fun, right? Now, because I want to keep going and play with this, I want it to dry. So I'm going to get out my heat tool. I'm going to pause you for a second while I dry these. Okay, I am back, and we got some great effects. Look at there. How cool is that? Now, I'm not through with that. Now, here's the one I did not roll through the embosser. It's got some different types of, I don't know if you can see all that going on in there, but there's a lot going on in there. This one is pretty, very pretty. And this one will, well, I keep dropping them. This one will be a tag, very pretty. I'm happy with that. I think that's so cute because it's so little. Now we got to do the other side. Okay, so I just stuck everything I have over in here, and we're going to do these. Since I think this is working pretty good, I'm just going to go ahead and do them. That's alcohol. I'm going to do them all at one time and just see what happens. Now, since it is alcohol, it dries pretty quick, so, you know, I'm moving fairly quickly here because I don't want it to dry before I'm done. And if it is, I'll just spritz it again and we'll go again. How fun is that? Oh, I'm making a big mess. Isn't that fun? Don't you love to make a mess? Now, what I hate is when it all gets under my fingernails and then it won't come out, and I try everything and it's like, oh, well, I promise my hands are clean. I have washed my hands more in the last month or so than ever in my life, probably. Okay, back to the heat gun. Okay, now everybody is dry. Everybody has something on both sides. And honestly, I love that. Look at that. I am so loving that. I like the darks. I may have to add some more darks into that side because I really like that look to that, because I know what I'm going to do next. See this side, here's the dark side. I'm going to take some of this, it's actually a modeling paste because I don't have any gold gilding wax or something like that you could use. But I just take a little bit of this on my finger and I'm just going to kind of buff over some of the raised edges. This is just to give it a little more something, but I don't want to take away from what I've already got. So I don't even know if you can see that, but it just added just a little something. See, in this area, that one had a lot of black. And I'm just doing one side right now so that I can let it dry. I think I'm going to do that side. And you can use any color, and it doesn't have to be this modeling. It could just be gold metallic paint. As a matter of fact, I'll go get some and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so the gold that I found is kind of old, and I think it's too old. But I found this copper, and I found an antique copper. It's a little bit darker copper. Let's just try it and see what happens. Okay, let's see. Let's try it on this one. So I don't have a lot of ink on this one, just the darker mushroom color. So let's try, and I'm not going to get my finger real wet because I just want to touch the high areas. I just kind of want to go over the raised areas. So I don't know if you can see a little bit of that. Let's try some of that darker one too. It's got to look like metal when I get through with all these metallics. That's got to be really cool. Okay, can you see that? You see all the different colors in there? All right, I kind of like it. I think I'll put a little bit right there and a little bit on that silver edge. And I could even go all the way around the edge and do that. Okay, so there's one with copper. There's one with just the inks. All right, now, then I found this metallic purple. I thought, ooh, that might be pretty. I don't know. Let's try it and see. Let's see what purple will do. How about this one? Okay, so let's just try a little bit of purple and see what kind of effect we can get. How nice is that? Can you see the purple? I don't know if you can tell that that's got purple in it, but it does. That's pretty cool. I like it. Of course, I do like purple. All right, this little guy, I don't know what I'm going to do with him just yet. This one, I think I'll add some more purple because I kind of liked the way that looked. Put some purple in there, and then I'm going to come over here and get some of this antique copper. Now, you have to not be afraid to get your hands messy, or else you can wear gloves, but I don't mind. I'm always into something. All right, so you know what? I think that worked. I've got a metallic silver that we must give it a try before we turn it off. Okay, here's a metallic silver. Let's see if we can just pick up some of those high areas. Yes, that's pretty cool. Can you see it? Anyway, guys, so now you can make these into anything you want them to be. Let's see if I can get all that off my hands. I even found this really, really old gold gloss enamel. I don't know if it's any good, but it looks like it is. It looks like it's good. So I may play with that too and see if I can get that open. Oh, yes, I can get it open. I figured I'd have to go get pliers because that's pretty old. All right, this is a gold enamel paint made by testers, like you would paint a model airplane kind of thing. All right, this is the one I put purple on. I'm going to go back and touch it with some gold and just see what happens. Now, this stuff is pretty thin, so what I'm getting out of it is that it would run down into all the crevices, I believe. All right, this one doesn't have a whole lot of paint on it yet. Let me put some of this gold. Yeah, it's very thin, so it's going down into the crevices. All right, so we'll just play with that. We'll let that dry. This is not going to be a water-based enamel here. I can smell it. It's going to be one of those oil-based. So my fingers may look like this for, for days on end. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. When I finish creating something with these, I will show you what I've made. But I hope I've inspired you. Go and have fun. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.